fireside chat, isn't it? Hello everyone, and welcome to the last YouTube video before we go and compete, or the team goes and competes at the BPU British Championships in Manchester. We're all super excited, and we've had some how-to videos. We haven't had any comp vlogs for a while, and because we're having a comp vlog come up soon, I just thought maybe we talk a little bit about each individual athlete who's going. I think there's 9 days in total of competitions. All of our lifters are classic raw, so they'll be competing with something on their knees, whether it be knee sleeves or knee wraps. The first person who's up is Joe. Now, Joe joined the team around a year ago, maybe just slightly less. And he started his journey in powerlifting. He'd been training for a while. He's a very good bench presser. He's an under 82.5 open class lifter. So very, very good, competent bench presser. And we've really brought his squat and deadlift up to a really good standard that I'm really excited for this year. Joe finished first at single lifts second in single lifts nationals. And will also be coming to do bench at the World Championships and hopefully full power. So he'll be with us in Louisiana as well. But that kicks off on Sunday, which is ABPU men's. We're hopeful that he's going to do really well. Joe's first qualifier was in Alton. We'll definitely play some videos alongside this as well so you can see what Joe's about. That was a really, really exciting day. I think for us as a team, it was such a small venue, but the atmosphere inside was amazing. We had multiple people competing on that day. Joe hit 140 bench in comp as well in his first meet, which was a milestone that he wanted to achieve. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Joe hit some milestones in competition this time around as well. So fingers crossed, and best of luck to Joe on Sunday. On the Tuesday, we have our classic raw masters female lifters competing. So we have Sarah and we also have Laura. Laura has been training with me for me over a year. Laura is like a real good one to coach for me because she's also a coach herself, so we can kind of talk to each other in that kind of coach's language. There's not a huge amount that needs explaining to her. She's very intelligent in terms of fitness and how she understands things, and very, very coachable because she knows what it is to coach others. When she first joined, she had a full, total knee reconstruction and a huge history and backstory into getting into fitness where she'd lost a significant amount of weight. So having experience in the fitness industry and knowing how the percentage of people who embark on a weight loss journey who actually succeed is significantly small, having seen the numbers that she told me about, I was really, really excited to coach her. She ended up going to Warwick in her first qualifier, hitting I think a huge milestone. I think before that she'd had 100 kilo back squat on her back, which for somebody who'd had a full knee reconstruction was a massive achievement. Very strong bencher, and very, very strong deadlifter. We went to the Europeans with Laura and she ended up hitting a 110 squat, which I know was a huge milestone for her. She came away with first place from the AWPC European Championships. So I'm super, super, super excited to see what she does at the Brits. I actually think there's more in the squat, and I think off the last performance as well, there's more in the deadlift, and prep's been going really well. So I'm super excited to see how well she does on the day. Sarah Miles, our second masters lifter that we ever took on, which is exciting for me. She came from another online coach where she'd been training well, she'd built some good muscle. We just needed to make slight adjustments to her training, and obviously we had to completely rework her squat, and she didn't have a huge amount of history with benching. The numbers have flown and excelled. Both Laura and Sarah are under 67.5 masters lifters in classic raw, so they'll be competing against each other. Ooh. But Sarah's first qualifier, I think by her own standards she would say she underperformed, but I think nerves got the better of her. We managed to get her into the last qualifier of the year, get her a space a week later. She qualified, so she's going to her first British Championships, and I'm really, really excited to see what Sarah's done. She's had a longer prep than some of the others, but it's allowed us to really attack some weak areas. So I'm super, super excited to see the PBs are going to come for her. On to the juniors, the female junior classic Raws. We have Lily, who is current British under 56 junior champion, and Jen, who is current under 60 kilo junior champion. Both of them are really experienced lifters. It's not their first rodeo, and especially for two people who are of quite such a young age, it's crazy to say that they are two of our most experienced athletes. They'll both be traveling to Louisiana with us as well. Expecting big things from both of them, and really hoping to see some PBs. Training has been going well for both of them. I think Lily picked up a slight hamstring niggle, which we hope will sort itself out by comp day, but everyone's really firing, and both of them looking to really add to their totals this year and contend to defend their championships. On Thursday, we move to Mike. Now, Mike is one of Ravi's clients. I've known Mike for a number of years, worked with him at the Letchworth Club. Very competent lifter, definitely not his first rodeo. We're excited to see what he does. He's competed in the GPC quite a lot, so coming across to the ABPU, really excited to see what he can do at the venue as well. That's one that Ravi's is excited about on the day. I know Ravi's definitely excited to see how Mike does on the platform, and I'll be there relaxing and watching from the crowd. So really looking forward to that one, and I know Mike is going to smash it. Okay, so on Friday we move into our junior male lifters, which is Nathan. Nathan has been with the team, I would probably say, for the best part of like 9 or so months, 9-10 months. A serious talent. He came from a bodybuilding background. He's an under 75 natural lifter. Really good drive, and I think that in his first year has really shown that he has huge potential in the sport. Very dedicated to his training. I think that shows in his physique and his numbers that he's put up this year. In his first competition, he was like looked like a killer, like just with his jumper over his head, like so in the zone. We were at the Alton qualifier, same one as Joe, just head down, really focused. Ended up coming away with some PBs and also best teen and junior lifter on the day. So really one to watch out for on the Friday. Now on to the biggest day, the day that makes this hairline go back even further. Women's Open Day. So we're going to do this in order of weight class. So we've got Meg competing in the under 48 open class, Classic Raw. Meg comes with her own backstory. It's well documented on ours and her Instagram to achieve what she's achieved ever since that like life-changing surgery that she had has been phenomenal. We're super proud of her, and just, yeah, really looking forward to see what she deadlifts. She's been going through a little bit of a cut at the moment, so we'll see how that ends up, and she's looking shredded. So I'm excited to see what Meg does on the day. Next, we have Nikki, who's sitting behind the camera. She's just come back from Spain. Viva España. She's just come back from Spain. This is Nikki's first British Championships, and she'd had 2 stabs at qualifying before. When she did qualify in the under 56 kilo class and she hit the numbers, I think it made every girl who was watching cry, which was a really emotional experience. I know how much she put into it, so to have her with the rest of the team this time round is going to be amazing, and she always brings good vibes with her, so excited to see what she does on the day as well. Next we have the Shetland. Needs no introduction for her lifting. Very, very talented lifter. Last year, I think there's a very, very talented lifter in the under 56s who has been winning it clearly for a couple of years. And we were just like really interested in just putting a challenge and trying to push and see how far we can get. We went to the Worlds and we knew it was going to be a tough ask to beat her. So we've had 2 second places in the Brits and the Worlds back to back, but this year, I feel like we've closed the gap. We're gonna put pressure on. We're really gunning for it. We're really confident. We know it's gonna be a battle. We know it's gonna go down to the wire, and we're here for it. So really excited to see Char Lift. Who else is next? Oh, my girlfriend, Sophie, the femur. What she lacks in squatting ability, she makes up for in deadlifting ability with her really long femurs. But obviously a former bikini athlete and coach herself. Very coachable, in a sense that I just kind of like tell her what she needs to do and she just does it. She has been like mumming the group over the year as we've been going to competitions. And she was one of the last to compete in her qualifier. So she's got her eyes set on a 160 deadlift in the under 60 kilo class. So we'll see how that goes. So best of luck to you, babe. Then competing against her in the under 60 kilo class, we have Rachel Hookway. Rachel joined the team around a year ago, I believe. We had an influx of quite a few people in a short space of time, and Rachel was one of those people. A real former coach, well, still coach, but former PT as well. She has her own coaching business. Really competent lifter and showing a huge amount of promise. We've really built her numbers this year. She's in the gym grafting, and it's going to be really tight between her and Sophie, I reckon. I think they're fairly equal on the bench, fairly equal on the squat, and fairly equal on the deadlift. So it's just going to be about who's got it in them at the end. Rachel will be competing in deadlift only at the Worlds as well, and hopefully full power. So we've got all that to look forward to. And I know that Rach is going to absolutely smash it and love her first British Championships, and always fun to go away with Rach as a team. Next, we have Bella, who is normally behind the camera and does a lot of our content. Bella's an under 67.5 kilo lifter. She had the longest weight out of anybody to compete, bar Jen, who qualified from winning last year. She did the first qualifier, which was in the old Nottingham Strong before they moved over to their new premises. Bella's been training really well. We've worked really hard to bring her squat and her bench up this year to the standard of her deadlift. Very competent deadlifter. She ended up placing second in the European Championships in the under 67 kilo class in Classic Raw, which was a fantastic performance. So really looking forward to seeing some kilos added to her as well. Charlotte Stapleton, another one who competed at Alton. This is her first season in the British Powerlifting Union. She'd previously come from British Powerlifting, so she has a history of competing in sleeves, flat-footed bench. So we've adapted this year to put her into wraps, heels up for the bench. We've been doing a lot of work on like her hamstrings and posterior chain. She would admit herself she's struggling with deadlift, but when we went to Alton and with her last deadlift, she pulled that bar off the floor, stuck halfway through and grinded it up. It was probably one of the top moments for me as a coach this year. So I'm super excited to see her compete. All of the qualifiers this year has been like absolutely mental. There were times where like for 3 months straight, we were on the road every single weekend, as well as working like as a PT Monday to Friday and trying to juggle the online stuff. It's been totally worth it though to see the growth of the team, and then to see how others have inspired new members to join. So it's growing, and we're all really happy. We have a total of, I believe, 14 athletes competing at this British Championships, which is more than double what we had last year. So we're excited, we're happy with the growth, and long may it continue. If you like this video and like this little storyboard about everyone, and would like to see more videos like this, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you're interested in being coached by us and having wonderful vlogs made about you when you compete, click the link in our description to join our online coaching team.